Hi, welcome to my channel today. I'm going to be sharing 4 scary stories that I found on Reddit. If you have any of your own stories that you want to share, feel free to share in the comments.
Hey, everyone. My name is Alex, and I've always been fascinated by the supernatural. So, I decided to venture into the infamous abandoned asylum that locals call the Haunting Haven. Armed with just a camera and my curiosity, I thought I could handle anything that lay ahead. The asylum loomed before me, a decrepit building with broken windows and overgrown vines. The wind howled, as if warning me to turn back, but I pushed my fears aside and stepped inside. Immediately, an eerie silence engulfed me. The air felt heavy, and I swear I heard faint whispers echoing from the dark corners. My heart pounded, but I had come this far, I couldn't turn back now. As I explored deeper into the asylum, I noticed disturbing remnants of its past, rusted medical tools, tattered patient records, and cryptic symbols etched onto the walls. It was as if the asylum's dark history seeped into every inch of the building. The corridors seemed to twist and turn on their own, leading me deeper into the labyrinth of terror. Shadows danced on the walls, and strange noises echoed around me. I couldn't shake the feeling that I was being watched. Suddenly, my camera started acting up, flickering lights, distorted audio. It was as if something was trying to interfere with my recording. Despite the glitches, I pressed on, determined to capture the chilling encounter. Then, I heard footsteps. Heavy, dragging footsteps that sent shivers down my spine. I turned around, but there was no one there. The asylum seemed to be playing tricks on me, taunting me with unseen horrors. I felt a cold breath on my neck and whipped around, but still, there was no one. Panic set in, and I questioned my decision to explore this forsaken place alone. As I reached what appeared to be the main hall, I caught a glimpse of a figure in the distance. It was fleeting, but I couldn't mistake the outline of a person standing there, watching me. My heart raced, and I tried to call out, but my voice was stuck in my throat. Ignoring every instinct to run, I followed the figure deeper into the asylum, my camera capturing every chilling moment. But the more I pursued, the farther the figure seemed to drift away, leading me into a never-ending maze of horror. Suddenly, the air turned ice cold, and a spine-chilling wail echoed through the halls. The apparition materialized before me, a gaunt, pale figure with empty eyes. I could feel its malevolence, and my body trembled with fear. In that moment, I knew I had to escape. I turned and ran, my heart pounding in my ears. The asylum seemed to resist my exit, as if it didn't want to let me go. But somehow, I made it out, gasping for breath and vowing never to return. The footage I captured that day still haunts me. It's a stark reminder that some places are better left undisturbed. The abandoned asylum, the Haunting Haven, will forever be etched in my memory as the most terrifying encounter of my life. And to all those watching, heed my warning, don't underestimate the darkness that resides within the forgotten corners of the world. Sometimes, curiosity can lead you to a nightmare you'll never forget.
Hey, my name is Emily, and I'm about to share the scariest experience of my life. Last summer, I went camping with my closest friends, Sarah, Ben, and Amy. We were excited for a weekend of adventure in the great outdoors, but little did we know that our camping trip would turn into a nightmarish struggle for survival. We arrived at a picturesque campsite deep in the woods, far away from civilization. The sun was setting as we set up our tents and gathered around a crackling campfire. Laughter filled the air as we roasted marshmallows and shared spooky ghost stories. As the night grew darker, we decided to call it a day and retreated to our tents. I snuggled into my sleeping bag, exhausted but happy. However, my peaceful sleep was short-lived. In the middle of the night, I woke up to the sound of rustling leaves and distant whispers. My heart pounded in my chest as I realized that Sarah, who was sleeping next to me, was missing. Panic set in, and I woke up Ben and Amy, desperately hoping they could help me find our friend. We called out Sarah's name, but there was no response. The woods felt oppressive, and an eerie silence seemed to envelop us. With only flashlights to guide us, we ventured deeper into the forest, searching for any sign of our lost friend. The dense trees and winding paths made it easy to lose our bearings. Every rustle of leaves and snap of twigs sent shivers down my spine, making it difficult to distinguish between natural sounds and something more sinister. As minutes turned to hours, we realized we were lost too. Fear gripped us, and we decided to retrace our steps back to the campsite, hoping that we could find our way from there. But no matter which direction we took, the familiar landmarks seemed to elude us. It was as if the woods were playing a cruel game, leading us in circles. Panic turned into desperation, and tensions rose among us as we struggled to stay calm. With each passing moment, the darkness seemed to grow thicker, making it harder to see and think clearly. Exhaustion and fear gnawed at us, and the once comforting sounds of nature now felt like sinister whispers. Just when we thought things couldn't get worse, we heard faint cries in the distance. Recognizing Sarah's voice, we stumbled forward, fueled by hope and adrenaline. However, the cries were deceptive, and the woods seemed to play tricks on our senses. Each time we thought we were getting closer, the cries moved farther away, leading us deeper into the heart of the forest. At some point, we realized we were no longer alone. Shadows darted between the trees, and the feeling of being watched intensified. We tried to ignore the creeping fear, focusing solely on finding our way back to safety. Hours passed, and exhaustion started to take its toll. It felt like we were trapped in a nightmarish loop, endlessly wandering through the labyrinth of the woods. Just when we were on the brink of giving up, we spotted a faint glow in the distance. Pushing through our fatigue, we stumbled toward the light, and to our relief, it led us back to the campsite. There, we found Sarah, sitting by the dying embers of the campfire, looking visibly shaken. She had also gotten lost while trying to find her way back to the tents. In the end, we were lucky to have found each other, but the experience left a lasting scar on our souls. We vowed never to camp in those woods again, knowing that something malevolent lurked within its depths. So, if you're ever planning a camping trip, remember to stay close to your friends and be cautious of the wilderness that surrounds you. The beauty of nature can quickly turn into a terrifying ordeal, and once you're lost in the woods, there's no telling what you might encounter in the darkness.
Hey, everyone. My name is Jake, and today I want to share a spine-chilling tale that happened to me when my family moved into a seemingly ordinary house. Little did we know that we were about to face a haunting like no other. Excitement filled the air as we moved into our new home. The house had an old-world charm, and we thought it would be the perfect place for a fresh start. But as night fell, the atmosphere changed, and an unsettling feeling settled in our hearts. Strange noises echoed through the halls, and we often caught glimpses of shadows flickering in the corner of our eyes. At first, we tried to dismiss it as mere creaks and our imagination running wild. But as the days turned into nights, the eerie occurrences intensified. Footsteps echoed upstairs when no one was there, doors slammed shut on their own, and objects moved without any logical explanation. It was as if an unseen presence had made our home its own, and it was becoming more malevolent with each passing day. The kids started complaining about hearing whispering voices in their rooms, and my wife and I couldn't shake the feeling of being watched. Sleep became a luxury we rarely enjoyed, as the nights were filled with inexplicable cold chills and overwhelming feelings of dread. In an attempt to rationalize the bizarre happenings, we sought the help of paranormal experts. They confirmed our fears: the house was haunted. The experts explained that a restless spirit seemed to have attached itself to our new abode, and it was trying to communicate with us. Recording devices captured chilling EVPs, electronic voice phenomena, that sent shivers down our spines. The disembodied voices seemed desperate, trying to convey a message that we couldn't comprehend. As the haunting escalated, the atmosphere turned oppressive. My family grew distant, each of us dealing with our fear in our own way. We wanted to leave, but the burden of selling the house and the financial loss made it seem impossible. One night, things took a sinister turn. We woke up to the sound of malicious laughter that echoed throughout the house. The lights flickered, and an overwhelming sense of dread washed over us. We huddled together, praying for the torment to end. That's when we saw it, a dark figure materializing at the end of the hallway. Its eyes glowed with an otherworldly intensity, and a cold aura surrounded it. Frozen in fear, we watched as it moved closer, its presence suffocating us. In a last-ditch effort to protect our family, we performed a cleansing ritual, hoping to rid the house of the malevolent entity. As we chanted and lit sage, the air felt charged with energy. The dark figure vanished, and the house fell into an eerie silence. For a moment, we dared to hope that we had succeeded in banishing the spirit. But the haunted history of our house proved otherwise. The malevolent force returned, stronger and angrier than before. Unable to bear the horror any longer, we made the heart-wrenching decision to leave. We moved out, leaving behind the haunted house, haunted by the memories of the sinister welcome it gave us. So, if you're ever considering moving into a new house, beware. Sometimes, the past refuses to let go, and the echoes of a haunted history can turn your dream home into a living nightmare.
Hey, everyone. Today, I'm going to share a bone-chilling tale that will make you think twice before looking into a mirror. It all started innocently enough when my family moved into an old mansion with a dark history. Little did we know that a sinister force lurked within the antique mirrors, waiting to unleash its malevolence. As we settled into our new home, the allure of the vintage decor was hard to resist. Among the antique furnishings, an ornate mirror stood out, the centerpiece of our living room. It had an exquisite frame with intricate carvings, but there was something about its reflective surface that seemed off-putting. Late one night, as I passed the mirror, I noticed a faint glow in its depths. At first, I dismissed it as a trick of the light, but the glow intensified, and I caught a glimpse of a ghostly figure lurking in the mirror's reflection. Startled, I blinked, and the figure vanished. My heart pounded in my chest, and I tried to convince myself it was just my imagination playing tricks on me. But as days turned into weeks, the strange occurrences multiplied. At night, whispering voices seemed to emanate from the mirror, speaking in hushed tones I couldn't decipher. The reflection of the room seemed distorted, showing glimpses of a nightmarish realm beyond the glass. I confided in my family, but they brushed off my concerns, believing it was just the stress of moving into a new place. But the mirror's malevolence wasn't limited to me alone. My little sister started having nightmares, claiming that a ghostly hand would reach out from the mirror, trying to pull her in. My parents began to notice their own reflections moving independently of their actions, as if an unseen force was toying with them. The once welcoming living room became a place of dread, and we all avoided looking into that cursed mirror. But the malevolent force within seemed to feed on our fear, growing stronger with each passing day. One night, during a severe thunderstorm, the power went out, and we were left in darkness. As lightning flashed outside, illuminating the mirror, we saw a terrifying sight, a multitude of eerie faces peering back at us from the reflection, each one twisted in agony. Terrified, we decided to take action. We sought the help of a psychic medium, hoping to understand the mirror's malevolence and put an end to its haunting. The medium sensed a restless spirit trapped within the mirror, consumed by anger and grief. Performing a cleansing ritual, the medium attempted to release the tormented soul from its mirrored prison. But the malevolent force fought back, unleashing a torrent of supernatural fury that shook the house. As the ritual reached its climax, the mirror cracked, releasing a burst of dark energy that enveloped the room. The medium managed to banish the spirit, but the mirror was forever changed, its reflective surface now forever marred. With the malevolence seemingly gone, we moved the damaged mirror to the attic, hidden away from our lives. The haunted mirror served as a chilling reminder that some objects can harbor malevolent forces beyond our understanding. So, if you ever come across an antique mirror with a haunted past, beware. The reflections within may not be your own, and a sinister force could be waiting to unleash its malevolence upon the unsuspecting. Remember, some reflections can be far more terrifying than they appear.